Hi everyone, this is Ash Goel. I'm back again with yet another amazing video. So आज की वीडियो में we are back again with a podcast with a very special guy. He's Karmanya, currently studying in his third year at IEST Shipur, and he has recently got an internship at Daiichi Bank. So we'll talk with him regarding the entire process, what were the different number of rounds, how he prepared, what was his programming journey, and how he started and grabbed this amazing opportunity. So before starting with this video, I would just like to have a brief intro of Karmanya.
Okay, hello guys, this is Karmanya Gupta from IIEST Shipur. I am currently studying BTech in the Department of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering. But as you have guessed that I have got internship in a non-core company which is related to coding and problem solving. So this is going to be an amazing podcast. So be with me and Arshveya, and we will continue with it. So if I brief about myself and my coding journey, so it basically started when I reached college, and it was the first year, and I got the Department of Electronics, and the subjects itself, the circuits and the physics, these all things, these all fascinated me at first. But after a month, I my interest in that subject, it just vanished. I don't know how, and it was for good, I guess. And after that I started coding and problem solving, and the most important of all, I started competitive coding in various platforms like Codeforces, CodeChef, and Lead Code, Binary Search, all these platforms. And I just keep on practicing. So it was as simple as that. There is nothing like some a spell which you have to grab from somewhere to get an internship or something. It just depends on your attitude and how much consistency you give in your work, and how well do you study, keep on studying concepts and keep on learning new things. So it's basically that.
So me also being from EC background, I can very well understand that you have to manage your semester grade points also, as well as you have to side by side understand CS fundamentals. Along with that, you have to maintain a good hold over DSLOs. So it becomes quite difficult at times, but it is your time management, it's your management, how you play around with the things, how you manage things that at the end makes the difference, right? So that was really something amazing to know. Now moving upon to a bit of your college life, what you did in your college, like were there any clubs or societies or anything that is specific to you in your college that you would like to mention?
Yeah, sure. So my college life was not that interesting, but it was kind of unique as compared to others. When I entered the college, I immediately joined the music society, as I am interested in music, and I have my YouTube channels where I post guitar covers as well as my coding channel. So it was the interest in music at first. I didn't ever plan to go into coding, but like before college life, what I would say is I had my 1 year of coaching in Kota. So in that time I started learning Python just out of fun. Just out I majorly code in Python. So I started coding in Python and making things related to graphics which are visually appealing to audiences. So I am bit more interested in designing and all these things. But in college, I joined the music society. Then after a week, I entered the coding club, and the vibes were different. Everything was like a top-notch thing, and everyone was just so my all my seniors and my colleagues are so like learned than myself. So I just keep on competing with them. It was the greatest thing that I did in my college life. I didn't waste my times on trips, on useless trips. I would say trips are necessary, absolutely necessary in college life. But all my trips, which people used to go just to spare some free time, I didn't ever get a free time in college. So this was the major factor which you should focus on. And regarding college life, there is only one point that I will focus on. It's like you must have friends which have interest inclined as same as yours. So unless you don't have those friends which push you to your limits and which help you to learn what you are going to learn, then it's useless, because you cannot just be so reliable on professors and the curriculum of the college. You have to have some person whom for with whom you can talk to the problems, and which you can solve together. This will help in two things: first, the problem solving, and the second thing is communication skills and the positive attitude. These are the things which I focused on my college life.
It's definitely necessary. A good peer group is, like somebody has said, that if you stay in a group of five with similar intellectual, then you will be of the same
You
intellectual, or
become
you
the
will be the
fit.
average of uh, the first five,
uh,
right? So that things hold well. Also, you mentioned about your music channel, your coding channel. I take the link to your music channel. I give the link to that in the description for viewers to have a look at what all skills you pursue apart from coding. So, without talking about some other things, let's move on to the procedure for the company that we're talking about. So, what were the number of rounds? If I would like to know, like different coding rounds or different interview rounds, so you can brief about the entire process. Then we'll move on to some of the important resources, or some of the important questions from that. Just brief about the process.
so in our college, the total companies that visited were six, I think seven. So out of them, the Deutsche Bank, which I am placed in, it comes at last. So what happens is, we are registered in some app, Superset, and we appear, the company appeared there, and I just applied. And there was the first round was the coding round, and it was an open round for all the people. Basically, it came all the companies came for CS, IT, and electronics branch. So it was an open coding round, and the questions which I had there were related to simple implementation. And to be precise, it was based on binary search, lower bound, upper bound, prefix sum array, and some basic concepts in competitive coding. If I say in terms of problems ratings in code forces, it was around 1200, 1300 rating questions. So, and in addition to that, the other skills which were asked were a little bit of SQL, database and operating system, and something like that. So it was not that difficult. If you have yeah, it's a factor, like in the third year, in the starting of third year, you are not taught those subjects which are being asked. But these questions are just simple. You can just search for anything in Google and just learn a little bit of that, and you can easily pass the MCQs. The MCQs were of 40 marks, and there were two coding questions. These were of 50 marks questions. So total was 90 marks overall coding round. And after the coding round, out of 160 students, I guess, and there were 8 shortlisted for the next interview rounds. So after the coding rounds, there were 3 interview rounds actually. The first interview round was the technical round. In the technical round, they asked questions. They actually There is a very unique thing that happened in my case. The first question was, tell me about yourself. So I presented a very crisp answer to that, where I belong, what I do, what I know, and what projects I have done, and how I am suitable to that company. It was just these simple 4 sentences, and the interviewer was impressed. Both the interviewers were impressed, both in the first technical round and the second round. So after my first question, I was asked to share my screen and write code on binary search. It was just the simple binary search code, and I write that code and I explain the code as I do in my YouTube channels. So it was simple for me because I have done that thing earlier. I was not scared at all. It was, I think the interviews were all judging my attitude and my positivity and my how I react in the pressurized situations. So it was all based on that. After binary search, I was asked some questions on stacks, queues, and the real world implementation of that. And it was just simple for me. It ended only in 15 to 20 minutes. And all my peers, they were having interviews of around 40, 50 minutes. And I was scared that I might not be selected. So it was the first technical round. After the technical round, it comes the profit round. And profit stands for professional fitness.
Okay.
So in professional fitness, they were judging the behavior, how I will be handling the clients and how we'll be dealing with them. And have a plus point in that, I had my projects where I made a project. I made a website actually, and this website was a showcase website for a local business in my local town. So I had the experience of dealing with some clients, so I passed it very with very good marks, I guess. Because I was asked like how will I handle rude clients, and what will be my approach, what will my procedure, how will I suggest some solutions to them, and how will you manage in those situations where you have some fight with your colleagues. So these were the basic behavioral questions, and there are a lot of blogs on various websites where you can study them. But the main thing was in interview, the main thing is just is how you give your first impression to the interviewer. It is the most important thing whenever you are going for any interview. Just have a smile on your face and just answer it with confidence. So this was all they were judging. So the profit round was also over, and I take some 5 to 6 minutes extra where I asked about the company, asked about my roles there, and how will I be an asset to them. So it was all good, and it takes around 50 minutes. And after that there was an HR round, and after this round, out of 8 selected students, there were only 6 left actually. And in the HR round, it was a simple 15 minutes round, and I was asked what are my expectations with the company. So I mentioned that I need time for myself. I had my other interest in music and other traveling, and so I want to explore those also. So she was actually it was a female interviewer, so she was impressed, and actually it was a there was a smile on her face, and I guess I got selected for that. And after in the evening around 7:30, I got the results. So I was selected out of those 6, out of all the basically all the 6 students were selected, because it was the behavioral round which
Yeah.
is most important. So it was all the experience in that.
Great, great, great. So, for preparing for all this, as you already mentioned, that you have started coding on competitive programming sites, also different sites you mentioned. So, how was your programming journey, and which all resources you followed for different things? Maybe computer science fundamentals like DBMS and OS and DSLO. So, what all things you followed?
Yeah. So the main thing to prepare for any interview is, if you are in the first year, then don't see for any perfect time to start coding. Just start giving contests on code forces, because and start practicing from code forces, because what people think is code forces is very difficult and it has a high difficulty level. But the more difficult the things are, the more you learn from them. This is the fact, and you can just ignore them. Just keep on practicing, practice daily. Don't skip any contest. If you participate in contests regularly, let's say you participate in 50-60 contests consecutively, and you solve the questions which were given in that contest, and so it will be definitely be good for you. And one more thing, like the graphs don't matter on code forces on any of the competitive websites. I am still a newbie on code forces. If you see my graph, I am still a newbie on that. Many of my friends are specialists, experts, even candidate masters also. So it doesn't matter. It what it matters is you practice consistently and learn every theoretical portion, because questions will be asked from them, and at least know the implementation of various data structures like trees, graphs, linked lists, and and basic dynamic programming, knapsack. All those sources are available nowadays, free of all cost in everywhere. I have studied from those sources only, and the main is practice.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Coming upon to the conclusion of our discussion, I would say. So, how was your resume? Like, what role your resume played? Like, were you interviewed? Like, what were you asked from your resume, or something that your resume played a part in? So, you'd like to mention about some points to make a good resume?
Yeah. So to make a good resume, first make it like if I talk about my resume, I have applied a theme to that. It's orange and black, combination of orange and black. It should be visually appealing. Like there is another a misbelief, like if you have used your picture in resume, or you have used some graphics on resume, then it won't be shortlisted. It doesn't depend on that. If you want to join some coding or IT company, you can make any of the resume, because it depends only on the your performance on the coding round. how you perform in the coding round. So to make a resume, there are many free websites, and I have made my resume from Novo Resume. It's a website. I have made it from there, and I've used some template and applied my picture, and I bulleted my every achievement. First, there is an education sector where I am studying, where I completed my 12th. Then after that, there is a big portion of my projects. There were 3 projects actually, and I participated in open source project also. It was the Hacktoberfest, and along with that, my achievements, I was selected as the finalist in the Tech Geek Code Gladiators in this 2021, a week ago. And after that, I mentioned my YouTube channels, my coding society of my college, and my interests. So it was the format in that. You can use any of the free templates.
I would like to mention about their different programs that they have opened up. If you are currently a software developer or you're looking forward to become a very good software developer, they have opened up their new category known as Career as a Software Developer, where you will be getting some weekly shows in which you can understand different things, like all these pointers like cracking top brand tips on technical and interview rounds, how to join big brands, how to improve your CodeChef profiles, interview of top tech leaders and folks who made it big, architecture breakdown of popular apps, understanding the hiring processes of different companies. So these are some of the topics that these shows will revolve around, and different people from industry and academia are a part of this particular challenge. You can check out their website also. On their website also, you can see there are a lot of people who are currently taking their courses. Like you have people from all fields and different types of shows are there. You can check out any of the course and you can see different episodes are listed, like different project reviews are there. Like these are the courses held every week. So this can be an amazing opportunity. There's one such show known as Beating the Odds, in which we discuss about different things like MNCs versus startups, like which you should prefer for, what are the different tech communities available in college, should you join them or not, how can you build your projects and make them better. So all these things we are concluding in this particular opportunity. Definitely, if you're looking forward to just evaluate the worth of this plan, and it costs you rupees 999, you can use my code ARSHG to get a 10% discount, and you can purchase this subscription for 899. Great. So now we'll come to the final piece of advice or something that you like to say to your juniors who are looking forward to such roles, or someone who is aiming at cracking such companies. So any final piece of advice from you?
If you want to find the crux of what I told you, the major things which arise are: first is consistency. Be consistent in what you do, because there is a quote in somewhere I wrote, like, the hard work will only take you to the door, but your consistency will take you up the stairs, because there are stairs after the doors. So you have to climb those stairs, and you can only do it if you practice your skills daily. Don't miss a day, don't waste your time. This is the time, pandemic time, or this time where you are away from your college, so the distractions are very much less as compared to the college life. What I have practiced, I have my major portions practiced only when I am at home. In the college, I have also wasted some time in the first year, but I practiced. The consistency all matters. And second is make friends which have the common interests with you, and which can outrun you. Actually, run with those which can outrun you. So learn from those. Try catching pace with them, and find your interest. Explore every time. Like there is no fixed time for learning things. I started web development just a month ago, and I made 2 projects on them. I made a website, and I worked on designs, and which helped me in the behavioral round. So you can never say, like, if something I learn and it will go waste. Whatever you learn, it always plays an important role in somewhere where you want to like express yourself or in present yourself. So it will also give a positive plus point to you. So it was lovely conversation with you, Karmanya, and I hope people will get some good insights into the entire structure of the company. Thank you so much once again for being here and sharing your journey